Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Dwarven Realms video, I want to talk to you about what I think you should be doing in between rupture runs. Now, I'm not saying every single time you complete one rupture to do this. I'm just saying when your bags are full and you're kind of like, what exactly should I be doing here in town? I'm hoping that this video will give you a little bit of guidance of the process I take when my bags are full, my loot needs sorted, or perhaps I need a little bit of a breather from the rupture grind. Now, keep in mind, if you do want to just keep grinding those ruptures endlessly, there is a disenchant station at the end of most ruptures where you can just break down some of the crappy gear and continue grinding and grinding. But you're going to eventually need to stop into town to check in, sort your loot, and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and break it down for you right now. Very first thing you want to do when you hit town is come over to these crafting stations. You're going to want to turn your raw materials into crafting materials that you can use to craft items and level up your crafting. You can see I don't have very many raw materials. I must have just recently done this. So once you go ahead and started these up, and the reason I say to start this first is because these actually take time to process. And if you have a lot of materials, it'll take a little bit longer to process, and it can be processing while you're doing all the other stuff that I'm going to talk about. The next thing on your list should be to come over here, and this is your gold dump. If you saw our gold dump video, you're already ahead of the curve. You're going to look at your gold pool and split it 50-50 here between flint and stone, so about 5k there and 5k on stones. Now, usually I wait till I have a lot more gold than that, just so that I have more to actually craft. But that would be the next thing I do. After that, I would go ahead and pop open that inventory, and you can click this button here if you want, or you can hit Control S to auto sort your inventory. The next thing I do is I check for offhands, because the offhands don't have an upgrade indicator of if it's an upgrade or downgrade. I don't have any purple ones in here, so none of these are going to have an extra modifier on them. But it's a good idea that if you see a purple offhand in here, to come in and check for any upgrades that you might want to use. And then when it comes to your items, just because it has a red down arrow doesn't always mean that it is a complete downgrade. Usually it does mean that, but I still tend to go through and kind of look to see if there's any maybe special modifiers or any rare drops that dropped. Now, I just cleared a rupture level 80, so I know that none of these are going to be upgrades, but it's a good idea to check once in a while. Once you're done checking for upgrades, and if there's any like offhands that you want to store, you can throw them here in your stash. And then I'll usually come over to my scholar table. This is where you're going to use your items to turn in for XP. Now, I usually hoard all of my scholar desk items and turn them in once the dailies have reset. And the reason for that is every single day they ask for 3,500 books to turn in. And also I just like to see that daily nice boost of XP from the scholar table. Once you're done with that, my favorite thing to do here is to disenchant all the crappy stuff you don't need so you can get some useful materials. And even more fun than that is actually making your character more powerful. Now, I don't know about you, but I hit a point in this game where I really had to take a step back and kind of just analyze all this and figure out exactly what steps I needed to take to find that power to continue pushing to higher and higher ruptures. So there's two different anvils, and we will utilize both here. The gem anvil is going to be used for your stance stone. Your stance is what weapon you're using. I'm running spears on this playthrough, so we're going to make some spear stance stones, and we're going to use all of those up. And then you'll notice we have damage and armor stones here, which only cost 200 flint and metal. If you come over here to the advanced anvil, they actually cost 2,000, so this will cut down on crafting time, and actually the conversion is actually equal as well. So 200 or 2,000, these stones are actually more expensive and better. So you're not losing out on any materials by doing it that way. We'll go ahead and use our flint, our stone, and if you found any shadow stones, this is going to be your damage reduction that you'll smack onto your Dwarven fossil. And another really fun thing to watch for is if you have at least 50 of these exceptionally superior healing potions, you can craft 10 max health stones, which is really useful in this game. Max health is one of the most important stats in my opinion. And then other than that, you have any elemental stones. Usually if you're farming rifts, you won't find a whole bunch of these. Your elemental stones and your ability stones. Now when it comes to your ability stones, you're going to want to find the offhand you're actually using. I have been running Ferocity of Wolves, so I would craft this one as well, which is just going to increase the damage of that skill. And then same with your element, kind of pick what element you're running as well. Once you've done all that and you collected all your stuff from all your different crafting tables, you're going to go ahead and pop open that bag. And I like to auto sort it again just because I'm crazy like that. And any of the like really crappy potions that aren't these ones you need for your health stones, I'll just smack them onto my belt here just to free up inventory space. Now, I don't know if there's any use for these, but I have so many, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them. So if anyone knows of a way to dump these potions, or I don't know, maybe I should just vendor them. I don't know. I've been holding on to them, hoping there's something I can do with them. But then the best part is making your character stronger and using up all those stones that you just got done crafting and collecting from all your Rupture runs. Now, there is loads more you can do in town, but I didn't want to break it all down in this video. Perhaps in the future we'll do more of a deep dive video, so that's a great reason to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so you don't miss any upcoming action RPG videos. I just really hope this guide helped you and maybe help some newer players kind of have a little bit of guidance as to what I think you should be doing in between your dungeon runs and when you're visiting town. If you think I missed anything super important, please let me know down in the comments. That's going to wrap it up for this Dwarven Realms video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.